Hi, I'm Neil Pretorius. I'm the CEO of DRDGold, and thank you for this opportunity to give you a brief summary of how DRDGold is positioning itself for growth. Just a small recap on who DRDGold is. The company is a gold producer in South Africa. It's been listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange now for the last 130 years. And it's also listed on the New York Stock Exchange, where we have an ADR program. Market cap is in the region of about $1 billion. And the company's designed, its operations, comprising of Ergo and Far West Gold Recoveries, is designed to produce roughly 160,000 ounces of gold per annum. All of our production is from mine waste. We reprocess old mine dumps by way of hydro mining. It's not a particularly labor-intensive process. And as I say, these dumps are situated in and around the Johannesburg area and mined through these distinct two projects. We published an update and released a set of interim results earlier this month of our half-year operational and financial performance ending the 31st of December 2024. As you could see, the company has been a dividend payer now for a number of years. We've declared our 18th consecutive dividend with an interim cash dividend of 30 cents per share, which is roughly 50% up on the previous year. This set of numbers also gives you an indication of the profile of the company. Just over 2.5 tons of gold was produced for the 6 months. That equates to roughly 80,000 ounces or thereabouts. And the revenue generated, which was 28% up on the comparative period, was just over $200 million for that period, with cash operating profit of roughly $81 million. And I'm using a conversion rate of roughly 5 cents American cents per rand. And this was all flat operating performance, flat production, but on the back of roughly 26% increase in gold price. So DRDGold is positioned to take full advantage of the higher gold price because we're a completely unhedged operator. Headline earnings was also in the region of about $50 million for that half-year period, which is nicely up 65% on the previous comparative period. So it's a company that's generating healthy cash flows. Some of that's going to its shareholders, but a large proportion of that is also going into our initiative to position the company for the future. And we talk about that on this slide. So the strategy for the short term is to maintain current volume throughput and output in order to continue to fund the program that we've put in place to position the business for what we call Vision 28, which is where we want to be by financial year 2028. The longer term strategy is to play a role in the consolidation of surface retreatment in South Africa and hopefully potentially also expand a little bit internationally when capacity allows for us to do that. So this is what Vision 28 is all about. At the moment, as I said, the company is designed to produce roughly 160,000 ounces of gold per annum, and it's doing that off a throughput profile of roughly 2.2 million tons of slime per month. Vision 28 is designed to up the volume throughput to roughly 3 million tons per month and to increase production, to increase output from just over 5 tons per year to 6 tons per year, or north of 200,000 ounces per annum. And the way that it wants to do that, we've got 8 main work streams, but of those there are 4 key capital projects, and these involve infrastructural projects. At Ergo, the operation that we have just outside of Johannesburg, it involves the construction of an additional tailings storage facility to add roughly 320 million tons of capacity to its existing storage capacity. Construction of this is planned to commence during the course of next year. So all of the regulatory steps are being taken at this stage to get that approval. It's a licensed site, but we require regulatory approvals for the design of the facility. And coupled to that, also at Ergo, was the construction of a solar plant. This solar plant's been completed. It's fully operational. It generates a 60 megawatt. That's a 60 megawatt per hour solar plant, and it's coupled to a 180 megawatt battery energy storage facility or storage system. And it operates on 5 levels. It generates power. We draw power from it. It stores power. We offset power into the grid, and then we also take advantage of this for wheeling. And wheeling is where you put power into the grid, and then you could apply it against another account within the same group. At Far West Gold operation, the capital infrastructure improvements to delivering to Vision 28 involves the construction of a very large tailings facility. We call it the RTSF, or the Regional Tailing Storage Facility. This facility, once completed, will have the capacity to receive upward of 800 million tons of residue material. It's an 800 hectare facility. Construction started last year in June, and it's ongoing. It's going along nicely. We've moved about 2 million cubic meters of material towards the construction of the starter wall, and also towards leveling of the site, and lining of the site is scheduled to commence during the course of March of this year. We want to take beneficial occupation of this facility during the course of the latter half of 2026. Coupled to that is an extensive pipeline network that needs to be constructed, and that has started as well as an upgrading of the existing plant at Far West Gold Recoveries. It has the capacity currently to produce or to treat 600,000 tons of material per month, and that needs to increase to 1.2 million tons per month. And that's going to be a very large contributor towards that output target that we've set for Vision 28. All of these programs at the moment are being funded with operational cash flows. The company doesn't have any bank debt, and in fact it ended the half year with roughly $30 million in cash and cash equivalents. We do have a facility if we do need to dip into that, but at the moment the cash the cash flow profile of the company, the operating cash flows that we're generating, sufficient to cover all of these requirements. So that, in a nutshell, is who we are and what we're doing and what we plan for the future. I hope that this is enough for you to want to do some more research into the company and hopefully take the decision to invest in our stock. We're always looking at improving the quality of our register. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation.